Hello students, let's work this problem together. Stephanie spun each of the two spinners shown below once. Which option represents the chances of landing on a triangle and an even number? So notice that here we have two spinners, so we are going to do two different events. So when we are going to do two or more events, that is compound probability. And to do compound probability, we're going to find the probability of each event happening, and then we're going to get those two numbers or two probabilities and multiply them. So you can see that in our anchor chart below. So the probability of one event and another happening is equal to the probability of event A multiplied by the probability of event B. So let's take a look first at the yellow spinner, and we want that one to land on a triangle. So we're going to ask ourselves, what is the probability of getting a triangle? So how many triangles are on this yellow spinner? That is correct. I only see one triangle out of how many total shapes or sections are on the spinner? 5. So the probability of landing on a triangle on this spinner is 1 out of 5. So now we are going to go to the orange spinner and find the probability of getting an even number. So if I look at the spinner, I have an even number here, even number, even number, even number. So the probability of getting an even number is 4 out of, and then on the bottom we're going to put the total number of sections or numbers in the spinner. So we have 8. And so remember that if we have 4 eighths, it looks like we can simplify it to the most lowest form. So we're going to divide by 4, and 4 divided by 4 is 1, and 8 divided by 4 is 2. So 4 out of 8 is equivalent or the same as 1/2. So the probability of getting an even number on the orange spinner is 1/2. So now that we have each probability separately, like we do here, we're going to find the compound probability, the event of both of them happening together. So notice that we have and. And so when we have and, it means that we have to do two separate ones because we have to do them both. We have to get both events to happen. And so one event has its own probability and the other event has its own probability. And now we're going to multiply those together. So now the probability of getting a triangle and an even number is the product of both separate events. So for probability of triangle on the yellow spinner, we got 1/5. And we're going to multiply that by the probability of even on the orange spinner, which was 1/2. So 1 times 1 is 1, and 5 times 2 is 10. So our compound probability, or the probability that both of these events will happen together, is 1 out of 10, which could also be 1/10 as a decimal, 0.1, or 10%. But we see that our answers are in fraction form, and so the matching answer to our compound probability of 1/10 is D, 1 out of 10. So which option represents the chances of landing on a triangle and an even number? It's D, 1 out of 10 chances.